This video was made possible thanks to ProXPN. ProXPN is a virtual private network. What that means is every time you access any website on the internet, anything you do on your computer, your iPhone, your Android device, your tablets will be protected from onlookers by making everything encrypted and anonymous. This means you can do things like access Netflix from countries where it might not be allowed, Hulu from countries where it might not be allowed, stuff like that. In the United States, we can access websites that the United States doesn't want us to see. It's really, really cool. It keeps everything safe, everything protected. And if the service does go down, it even offers the ability to automatically disconnect you from select services that you might not want to be on without this protection. Maybe your bank accounts, just as an example. Remember, right now, anytime you use the internet without a virtual private network, you are actually at risk of having your credit card stolen and everything else, and this helps prevent that. And the great thing is, because we have partnered with ProXPN, there is a discount code for up to 50% off down in the description, along with an affiliate link for you guys to go try out ProXPN yourself. I highly encourage you, at least give it a look. And if you find that you are enjoying the extra security measures you now have, or the access to websites you previously didn't have, thank you for your support, and ProXPN thanks you for enjoying their service. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Prime News, and let's just hop right into it. The new Japanese sales have come in from Media Create for last week, and good news for Luigi's Mansion fans. Luigi Mansion on Nintendo 3DS debuted at number 1, moving 27,000 units. Although, while that's notable, it had actually lesser debuts in the United States and Europe, so, well, I mean, there's that. Apparently Japan's the one really gobbling up that particular port, remaster, remake, whatever you guys want to consider it. I do want to note that for some reason the Nintendo Switch actually saw a massive jump in sales. It went from 44,000 units last week to 54,000 units this week. Not even Octopath Traveler made the Switch jump that significantly. So the question now remains, why is the Switch jumping in sales this much in Japan? And I think I have the answer. Simply put, the Nintendo Switch is approaching the holidays. And yes, the holiday season happens a little different in Japan, but yes, we are approaching that. We have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee coming out this week as well. And there's been bundles, the Super Smash Bros. Bundles out. So a lot of things are happening to push Switch sales in the here and now, not just in the United States, but also abroad. And I think that's what we're seeing, the after effect of that stuff. So yay, Switch sales are way up in Japan. Let's see what the numbers are for November. Well, I guess in 3 months. Reggie Fils-Aime proves once again he is a master of PR. In an interview he did with Jason Schreier from Kotaku, he was pressed on the momentum of Switch and how sales seem to be falling off here in 2018, and if Nintendo's concerned about that. And well, Reggie did what he does best and became the ultimate spin master to make things sound way the hell better than it looks on paper. Here is what Reggie Fils-Aime said in response. For the first 12 months of availability, Nintendo Switch in the United States was the best-selling system of all time. It outsold the Wii, outsold the current competitive platforms, outsold all historical game consoles, best-selling platform. Our goal is to continue that trend, and we want to be in a position coming out of the holidays where we can be proud of our results compared to the Wii, as well as against current competitive consoles. So the long and the short of it is, the Switch had an awesome year 1, so we're hoping when holidays are done, year 2 is looking a lot better. Will Pokemon and Smash be enough? Will Fire Emblem Three Houses come out in time to hit this fiscal year? Nobody knows, but Nintendo's banking a lot on these holidays, so I guess, again, we'll have to wait till about January to know how well they're doing in the here and now. Now, you might have heard me mention Pokemon. Well, reviews are out for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and, well, they're pretty good. No, No, we're not talking about, the upper echelon of Pokemon review scores, in the high 80s. But it is in the 80s. It's been bouncing between an 81 and an 83 on Metacritic all, the past 24 hours. And generally, there isn't anyone who's actually given it a negative review, well, as of yet, in terms of the outlets that Metacritic and Game Rankings considers to be viable sources for reviews. Of course, that does mean a lot of YouTubers in particular aren't necessarily part of that mix. So again, I'm not saying you can't find a negative review out in the wild. But it's interesting because essentially all of them say, look, yes, there's all these changed mechanics, but oftentimes the changed mechanics are some of the best parts of the game, and some of the hand-holding isn't as bad as people fear it is, and blah, 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 blah. Essentially, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee is what I said it was coming out of E3, a damn good Pokemon game. No, it's not in the upper echelons of the best Pokemon games, but it's also not a bottom feeder as well. It's not significantly worse. This is a remake, a remaster, a reimagining, what have you, of the original generation of Pokemon games, red, blue, yellow. And in doing that, it did it in a way that is unique, it did it in a way that's fun, and it did it in a way that does recapture some of the old school Pokemon magic for a lot of these reviewers. Some of these reviewers were like me, they fell in love with Pokemon. Some reviewers were brand new to the Pokemon series, and some reviewers were Pokemon veterans. And the general consensus is, yes, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee is worth picking up if you are a Pokemon fan, whether you are a brand new one coming in as a kid, or whether you're someone like me, 32 years old, an adult who's played a lot of Pokemon games, that maybe thinks this game isn't that great. Turns out it's pretty good. So I don't want to spoil too much and get into what they thought on Master Trainers and all that stuff. I'll just put a link down to Metacritic down below, and you can just check out the individual reviews if you want. Go beyond the scores and get more into the subjective opinions and all of that stuff. I don't know if I'll be reviewing the game. I won't be picking it up until Friday when it comes out. And then obviously I got to spend a lot of time with it. But what I can tell you is we will be having a lot of conversations, impressions, pretty much pseudo reviews of this game over the next month as Eric and I dive in together, him with Let's Go Pikachu, myself with Let's Go Eevee, doing some stuff co-op, doing some stuff together, doing some stuff apart, trading between, the game and Pokemon Go, and just kind of mixing it all up and seeing how good are these games for the type of people that we are. So yeah, we'll probably have a review or something after we spent a significant chunk of time with it. Again, give us a few weeks, but it's going to be worth the wait. So Nintendo Insider is claiming they have sources that Platinum Games have 3 games in the works for Nintendo Switch. One of those obviously being Bayonetta 3. But what's interesting is they're saying there's another title coming in 2019. All of these headed up by Hideki Kamiya. And Hideki Kamiya is one of the primary names at Platinum behind most of their biggest games and IPs. The third one is obviously something that's not coming anytime soon. Maybe it's 2020, maybe it's 2021. The interesting point is that Hideki Kamiya was actually trying to talk to Nintendo earlier this year about getting the Wii U, version of the Wonderful 101 over on Switch. The Wonderful 101 was an exclusive game for Wii U that, Nintendo paid, Platinum Games to create. It's, one of Hideki Kamiya's brainchilds that really didn't get... It got good reception critically, but it didn't get a lot of attention commercially. So you might want to try to give it a second wind on Switch. So there's potential that could be the second game. Nintendo Insider themselves don't even rule out that possibility. But it could also be just another new game. Platinum Games has a history of making high quality games. So either way, 3 Platinum games, Platinum games in the works for Switch, regardless if one of them is a port, is all good news to me. So let's go. So another interesting tidbit out of that interview I referenced earlier from Reggie Fils-Aime and Kotaku is that Reggie briefly talked about the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Bundle. Yes, that very same one we are giving away in the Gleam.io link down in the description. And he said that it's effectively been sold out. Now, that doesn't mean there's not more coming. Like Walmart and other retailers have future dates where more are coming in shipped. But I checked all the officially supported retailers according to Nintendo's website, and sure enough, every single one is sold out except Target, and I would imagine Target probably will be sold out, maybe even by the time you watched this video. And if not, well, it'll be now after this video, because if you don't go out to buy it, a scalper is going to go out to buy it, because I've seen them starting to resell for about $60 more than they retail for, which actually isn't that big of an upcharge compared to what it could be. But again, these are systems that are being replenished, so Yeah, I can understand why maybe the upcharge isn't as much as some people expected. I've seen some tweets where some people were thinking they were going to pop up on eBay for $600, but I mean, these aren't limited edition systems. There's going to be more of them coming, and they're going to keep coming and keep getting stocked for many months ahead. So I wouldn't panic too much about it. There's going to obviously be more available around the time of Black Friday in a week or so. So yeah, just keep your eyes peeled and don't go buying the secondhand market just yet. And the last bit of news we have is actually about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate again. Sakurai has confirmed in a column in Famitsu magazine that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has gone gold. So what does that mean? That means the game is done. It's been gone through its QA testing. It's in its final form that we're going to have on day one. And now it moves into the process of being put onto all of those Nintendo Switch cartridges, packaged up and shipped out to retailers. Isn't it really a big surprise? The game comes out in like 2-3.5-ish weeks. So yeah, I mean, obviously it had to go gold eventually. This is pretty late in the game actually for a game to go gold, and it does let you know just how hard and how close to release they were working. It was mentioned in that Kotaku interview that we've brought up a couple times as well, that like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate releasing in that December slot is not actually what Nintendo wanted. They wanted it to come out sooner, but it just, there's so much work being put into it. It was actually tough to even squeeze it into that December slot, and because it's in December, that might also be why they're doing the Piranha Plant DLC thing that I'm not a big fan of, among some other things. Not the DLC itself, I love the plant, but just how like some people get charged for it later, but whatever. That's an irrelevant point right now. The point is Super Smash Bros. Has gone gold. It is complete as of at least what the game's going to be on day one, and yeah, now we all just patiently wait for early December 7th to be exact, to play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Anyways, folks, I am Nathaniel Jans from Nintendo Prime, and if you like this video, you know what to do, and if you dislike the video, that's all right, hit that dislike button. Be sure to enter our Gleam.io link giveaway down in the description for the Nintendo Switch Super Smash Bros. Ultimate bundle, and I will catch all of you guys in the next one. Yes.